Hello everyone, and welcome to Sven's Chatty Corner number 6. This one's a bit late, I know. I've kind of been a bit all over the place the last few days and stuff and not got around to doing this, and that's kind of a bad thing. But never mind, it's done. I'm doing it now. Hello, yes. Welcome to this. This is the thing. What am I talking about this time? First of all, get some kind of serious stuff out the way a bit first, I think. Be very useful. First of all, I know it's kind of a bit late in the day kind of thing, but this was kind of recommended to me to try and put down, because I know that there's probably still issues. Obviously, fairly recently we had that issue on the East Coast with Hurricane Sandy and all of that. I know that there's obviously some people over on the East Coast who are probably still suffering a bit from that, I imagine, and just kind of putting a thing out there, just kind of saying, how's everyone doing over there? You know, is everything okay? You guys all sorted? Did you survive the hurricane and all of that? Because just go checking up on you guys, because you know I'd hate to have things go wrong with all of that. You all seem like very lovely people. I know one thing's obviously if you're not on the East Coast, then disregard that. Are you guys okay anyway? Just generally. But no, seriously, just you know, I feel I'd throw that out there as a kind of just checking how you guys are doing and how is it over there at this point. Obviously, I do have people who live on the East Coast who I speak to fairly regularly, but they're not actually in like the really worst hit areas. So obviously, I don't know how it's like in New York, for example. So there's that. The second thing I would like to bring up is that, like I mentioned last time, Shinsagi did his live stream, 24-hour live stream. Congratulations to Shun for actually making it through the whole 24 hours and not completely losing his mind, although apparently he did in the early hours of the morning, but no one was around to see it. And yeah, apparently the videos have also been deleted due to a Twitch TV time limit thing, according to him on Twitter. But, which is a shame, because I never actually got round to watching his meltdown at 2 o'clock in the morning, playing something. I can't remember what he said he was playing, but anyway. Congratulations to him for doing that. He also managed to raise about $200. Sean, if you're watching, please correct me on this if I got that wrong. I think it was about $200 if I remember correctly, because I was there at the end, and I think it was about $200, but that's still pretty good. So that's cool. Just wondering if anyone wandered in and watched that too, because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it for the times that I did. Just wondering if anyone else watched it. Anyone else donated, just out of curiosity. Okay, the third serious thing before I get on to games and stuff. Okay, for those of you who have been paying attention to me on Twitter, paying attention to some of the previous Chatty Corners and things like that, obviously I'm doing a lot of writing because it's like something I want to do as a career, actually go into writing and do writing for a living and all of that. Currently, I am looking for ways in, and that's obviously not easy. Any kind of writing jobs that I can find, I'm sort of considering taking up. While obviously at the moment I don't have a lot of experience and not much of a portfolio and all of that, and that kind of works against me, and that's a problem. And in trying to build up a portfolio, just wondering, I thought I'd put it out there. Does anyone out there have a site, or works for a site, or know someone who works for a site, or owns a site, whatever, that they need writers for? Obviously it has to be kind of long distance stuff that is entirely freelance, you know, and it's kind of by email more than anything else. But if anyone knows anyone who is looking for writers, please let me know who they are and send them my way, and we can chat. If you yourself are running anything, that'd be fantastic, and we can talk. What I would recommend in terms of contacting me in terms of that is by PM, or like contacting me by Twitter in some way. I'm trying to think. I need somewhere that's. I don't really want to give out my email address on this channel, unfortunately. Just the way it is. They can go to my blog. They can go to my blog, The Cheap Ferret, because my email address is on there. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And they can contact me through that. Or if you've got contact details for them, send that to me by PM, and I'll contact them directly. With obviously some information to tell me who the hell they are. That would be useful. But anyone who's any kind of amateur site doesn't need to be paid. If just anyone looking for writers in general, and if I figured that if it's unpaid stuff, but you guys help me get it, then that's great, because it's obviously going to help me build up a portfolio and I can get more work later on and blah blah. It could be any kind of writing, really. The things I'm sort of looking at: article writing, quite happy to do reviews. I'm quite willing to do copywriting as well, which, for those of you who don't know, it's basically writing like blurbs and descriptions of things, and to try and convince people to go and buy stuff and watch stuff and all this kind of stuff and all that stuff. But just anything that you guys, if anyone knows of any opportunities for that, I'm not asking for people to find me sites and things to find work on, because that's fine, I've got that sorted, but I'm just asking if anyone directly has anything that they know of, if they know someone who has got a site or something that they want freelance writers for, let me know, because that'd be fantastic. Like I said, my contact details are on my blog, which I will put a link to in the description, and so if you want to send them my contact details, go on there and find it out, send them towards my blog, and obviously my email address is on there, but it's also like demonstrating my style of writing as well. But also, feel free to send me contact details to people that you do know, and make sure that in your message you say something like who I would sort of say gave them the details, if that makes sense. So, like, obviously it'd be kind of you, but, obviously, because if you give me their contact details, I'm probably just going to be some random person to them. But if you sort of said like who you are, kind of thing, I could go, well, so and so sent me, and that was how that's how I got your. And they said that they were looking for someone, and I'm fantastic, and I'm brilliant, and that would obviously give me a foot in the door. If you don't know anyone, don't bother PMing me or anything, because that's a bit pointless. But if you do know someone, anyone at all, it can be like some little gaming fan site that's just started up or something like that. That would be fine. I don't mind. Just anything, really, to help me kind of build up a portfolio, get a bit of experience, got to sort of build up contacts and all that kind of stuff as well. Anything. It'd be brilliant. So okay, that's all the serious stuff done and out the way. What else can I talk about? I am talking about LPs. Obviously, there's been a bit of a mess up with me getting stuff recorded recently. For one reason or another, I've been slightly tired at times as well, and that's kind of not a lot of sleep. And that's kind of prevented a lot of recording, because you don't really want me coming on and being all, because you don't want that. You want me to be very happy and awake and all of that stuff. And yes, so that's kind of prevented it. That's why it took until yesterday to get part 24 of Sonic up, and as I record this today, I still have not recorded part 25, which will go up when it's done. But obviously, while this has knocked off the Sonic Generations finish time a little bit, it is not knocking off the Tomb Raider Uncharted start time, which is still going to be next week. Or, if this goes up on Monday, it'll be today. But yeah, that's how it's looking at the moment in terms of stuff. So I've also started my top 20 games thing that I'm doing instead of my advent calendar. I've started doing that. I've recorded 3 of the games for that because they were all on the Wii. Doesn't necessarily mean they're Wii games, but they're games that I played through my Wii in one way or another. And that should be a clue in itself. 3 games that have been played on my Wii, but they are the only Wii games. That's right, there are only 3 Wii-based games in my top 20. Yeah, I will admit that I am definitely someone who leans more towards the Sony consoles, because why not? In terms of what you have seen before in this, I'm not going to tell you what games are in there, because that would be silly. I have my list here, I'm just going to count. Okay, we have exactly 3 games that have already been seen in previous advent calendars, so I've basically decided to play like a slightly different part of the game to those. And you have seen 6 of them as LPs before. Yes, 6 of them have been seen as LPs, so I'm definitely trying to do something interesting with those. In terms of what I'm doing with those, I think in some cases I'm just like playing a different mode to like the main game or something like that, or I'm doing something with unlockables or doing something crazy with it, something a little bit more interesting, just to kind of keep your interest and not bore you to death with just more of the same. In terms of everything else, it's stuff that you might expect some of it, others you might not expect. There's some choices on my list which are kind of surprising, in a way. In some cases, there's probably some games that you probably think, I kind of suspected you like that series, but I didn't realise that one was your favourite out of them. The thing I'm doing with it, I don't know if I've mentioned this, is the fact that all of the games, I'm sticking to 1 per franchise, rather than like trying to like jam in about 5 Tomb Raider games into the top 20. Yes, there's a Tomb Raider game, but I'm not saying where it comes. Of course there's a Tomb Raider game. I'm the Tomb Raider guy. What do you expect? So, that's in there, but I'm not saying where. So that's going on. As I said, Uncharted and Tomb Raider are starting very soon. I have the first 3 parts of each done. So you're good for 3 weeks. That's right, it's going to be weekly. Like I said, it's going to be Monday, you'll get Tomb Raider. Thursday, you'll get the other one, Uncharted. Yes. That's basically it in terms of LPs and videos and all of that stuff. Just trying to think. I'm sure there was something else I wanted to talk about with LPs, but there isn't. I don't know why I thought otherwise. One thing I was thinking of doing. It's kind of very up in the air, and obviously it requires a lot of work, and I don't know if I will get around to doing it. But I certainly am considering it and thinking about it. You guys are pretty sick of me mentioning the game, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Next week, or this week, if this goes up on Monday, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale comes out, and it is Tuesday for the Americans, it is Wednesday for the Europeans, it is Thursday for the Australians, and it is Friday for those of us in the UK. Why Europe is getting it on Wednesday and we're getting it Friday, I don't know, because I thought that we're supposed to be one territory, but okay, whatever. One thing I'm thinking of doing involves that, and that is somewhere down the line of doing like PlayStation All-Stars history videos. I don't know if you've ever come across like the Brawl history videos or the Smash Bros. History videos where people have like gone back to the original games and they've like found the source material and they've kind of compared it to the stuff that's in Smash Bros. I'm thinking of doing the same thing but with PlayStation All-Stars. There might be other people thinking of the same thing, but I definitely want to put my spin on it. I was wondering how people would feel about me doing something like that, and might require help on that from some people, perhaps, maybe, depending on what games people have played and all the rest of it, because some characters I know better than others. Like, I probably won't need much help doing Sackboy's video, or Ratchet's video, or Nathan Drake's video, but I would need help doing Kratos, or even though I have played the first God of War, I don't know the series that well. I've literally played the first one and nothing else, and that was recently. And I don't have a clue about Radek, and probably would not buy Killzone otherwise unless I was seriously considering doing the series, which I am considering doing. But obviously I don't really want to, I'd probably be playing it just for this and not really playing it as a game, so I'd probably ask people where things are in the history of things, if they could help me out on that perhaps maybe. But just for now, let me know what your thoughts on me doing that are. And while I brought that up as well, so with the game coming out, it'd be great to kind of get together with some people here and there and play some games online with it. I'm wondering how people would feel about doing that, and I could probably arrange. One thing I'm thinking of doing would be quite cool. Would be to arrange getting some kind of tournament going. Maybe, I don't know how it would work, but certainly it would be very interesting to do. And seeing what, maybe just having a few little friendly competitions and things like that. That'd be quite cool. So those of you who are getting the game, let me know your PSN. If you've already added me on PSN, send me a message on PSN, because that'd be a good way of letting me know, so I instantly know who you are, and obviously to let me know who you are on YouTube as well. And anyone who's interested in doing that would be fantastic. There was a vague thing mentioned when in Shun's stream about him doing another stream using that game, and I'd kind of play matches with him maybe, but we haven't talked about that since, so I don't know what's going on with that. But if it does happen, that'd be cool too. But certainly, it's definitely a game that I would love to play with some of you guys, if you have the game. Or are you planning on getting the game, obviously, because the game isn't out yet. But yeah, so if you're thinking of getting the game and you want to play it online, I would love to do that. We'll get something arranged. Yeah, that'd be cool. Speaking of community stuff as well, another thing that I want to kind of potentially add to the channel one day is maybe doing reviews of people's Little Big Planet levels. If anyone has any Little Big Planet levels that they would like to share and have comment on, or anyone knows any cool levels that you'd like me to review, because that'd be kind of cool as well. Something I've thought of before and never really kind of put it out there, but I figured I've got this thing, this regular video thing, I might as well put the request out there. Anyone's got any Little Big Planet levels that they would like me to, and I'm serious, I would do a video review of it. I would go on and just do play it blind and just give my thoughts on it as I'm playing it. I'd be blunt and honest, but I'd also try and be nice, So if it's crap, I would tell you, but I would also say, well, what you could do better is, that kind of thing. I wouldn't go, oh, this is terrible, you should die. No, because I'm not that kind of person. I wouldn't do that. I think anyone who has received Let's Play feedback from me will know the kind of feedback I'm liable to give. It's always kind of, well, it's alright, but I tend to be quite critical on things. I'm not really someone who goes, oh, it's really good, while secretly thinking that was really bad. If it's bad, I will say it's bad. And my pen isn't working. I'm trying to cross things out on my list. So for all that scribbling you can hear in the background, that's what that is. I have... That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff about games and other stuff. I think because that's a lot of stuff, I'm not really going to go on to much. The only thing I'm going to put out there as the last thing is anyone who has any channels or blogs that they would like me to take a look at, that would be fantastic. Just leave me links anywhere you can. Probably PMs, I think, are the best place for links. But if you've got any channels that you would like me to check out, please let me know. If you've got any blogs out there that you would like me to read, that'd be fantastic too. And yes, I'm going to leave it there. I think this has been productive and wonderful, and I hope to hear from you all soon on the various points that were brought up, and I will see you again whenever I get round to recording the next one. This should have been earlier in the week, but it wasn't. I apologise. See you around.